What's up guys? Welcome back to another reaction video, and today we're going to react to local pangsa puri, I see.
This channel is called House to Malaysia. Some are DIY, some they work with contractors.
Support local.
Hari ini, Farah dan juga tim House to Malaysia berada di Shah Alam, Selangor. Kali ini, pemilik yang kita nak pergi ni adalah berkonsepkan warna merah jambu ataupun pink.
In Malaysia, there's a very big confusion right now of what's social housing, what's affordable housing, what's low cost. Because some of these are open market, some of these are not. Some of these are governed, some of these are not. The cool fact is, sometimes when you think about density, these projects are usually controlled by density. Means that maybe per acre it's 120 units. But sometimes if you look into luxurious project, we pay 700,000-800,000, right? We go for maybe few hundred units per acre, 1,000 units per acre. So if you compare density, if density equals luxury, this is luxury.
Hi House to Malaysia, saya Sakina. Welcome to my house.
Welcome to my house. Yeah, that's why I like our audience always shows without the face. So people only know, like only the owner knows that the unit is theirs. Nobody actually knows who are they. Wow.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Siti Nur Sakinah binti Nazri, berasal daripada Shah Alam, Selangor, mempunyai 4 orang anak lelaki.
Wow. I got one, I'm losing control of my life.
Konsep rumah saya more kepada moden, tapi kadang-kadang biasalah orang perempuan ni dia suka tukar-tukar konsep kan. Dengan keluasan rumah saya yang bersaiz lebih kurang 650 square feet je.
She was saying that she lives with 4 boys, then she is into modern designs. But here is to talk about architecture and interior design. Like when you like modern concepts, a lot of people think that I've assumed that they will be talking about ID designs. But sometimes when the canvas is too old school, right, it's very hard to be modern. You get what I mean? Like because if you have the 3 planes, the floor, wall and ceiling, old school, means like from an architecture standpoint, the ceiling height, if it's 2.6, no matter how modern your design is going to look old school. If your window is those kind of natto type or with grills, no matter how modern your ID is, it's going to look weird, right? So that's the difference between ID versus architectural. But in the market, everybody will talk about ID because they have no clue or no control over architecture. It's not like they get to decide what window I choose, what height I choose. They just inherit. But 650 square feet for 4 boys.
Jadi kalau letak barang penuh dengan kuasa berapa 4 orang, anak lelaki 4 orang, rasa macam itulah faham je lah kalau anak lelaki semua kan macam mana. Jadi saya lebih suka simplekan ataupun minimizekan perabot yang ada dalam rumah. Tapi dalam masa yang sama, sebab saya minat kepada dekor, saya dekor lah walaupun berulang kali tukar, tapi tetap saya kekalkan minimizekan saya punya perabot yang ada dalam rumah.
There's this argument in the industry. One is decorations, one is interior design. We have architecture, we have interior design. Then we have interior design, we have decorators. Just because you know how to pick the right furniture, you know how to put the right flower pots where it is, right? You are not an interior designer. Yeah. That's why a lot of people get kind of confused. But to me, as long as you're happy, because as the owner, you are happy to stay. Like, oh, that one, you know, I put my flower there. And my mother-in-law put one flower pot there. Like, so happy for the whole month. Worth it, man. But then if you do the whole design, I go and design this wall to have better communication, you don't feel it, then which one is better? So it depends on the paymaster and depends on the owner of the space ultimately. Whatever makes you happy lah.
Would it also depend on the utilization of the things around the house?
So that's the blur point, you know, because if great architecture, let's say if the goal is to have a better space for family bonding, means open layout, means less partitions within, means better circulation, more sittings. As a user of the space, you will not feel it. Just because you don't feel it, right, becomes that you kind of ignore it. Because it's so convenient all the time, you take it for granted, right? And you won't know great architecture until you live in a bad one, right? So but unfortunately, a lot of people move maybe 1 or 2 house in their lifetime. Not everyone's like me, see so many different layouts.
Okey, dalam masa yang sama anak boleh lari-lari dekat sini lagi. Tapi bila mak duduk dekat situ, dia perhati je lah apa anak buat. Dia kalau dia langgar ke apa, almari ni kita lekatkan dekat dinding. Supaya bila anak langgar, dia tak bergerak.
Okay, she mentions a lot about how she wants to minimize things around the space because of the kids running around. So by sticking the cabinets to the wall, it saves a lot of space. I agree. Decorations and practicality again is contradicting. For example, the mirror I think is great. If it's a full-scale minimized mirror, it enhances the space. Then there's no nuisance to the circulation, fine. But when you have all these kind of things that every now and then you need to wipe and clean, and imagine a boy just boom, fall worse. I'm just trying to understand, okay?
Okey, ni bahagian ruang tamu rumah saya. Macam biasa, warna pink masih saya kekalkan lagi. Dengan karpet warna pink, saya padankan dengan kubah masjid warna pink. Ramai yang tanya dekat mana saya beli kubah ni. Lepas tu orang pun ramai terkejut yang cakap, wow, kubah masjid pun kalau boleh nak pink juga. Memang betul-betul minat pink ni.
That's Photoshop, right?
Tapi kita anak lelaki ni kan dia lasak kan. Jadi bagi saya, bila warna pink ni dia rasa macam pink ni lembut. Kita mungkin niat hati saya tu lah nak bagi lembutkanlah sikit hati diorang ni yang tengah melasak masing-masing kan.
Wow, her pinkness or her persistence towards pink color, right? Even her wardrobe is all pink. Wow. If you're given a choice, right, let's say some sponsors the tiles all pink, I think she would do it as well.
Perabot-perabot saya banyak dalam rumah ni kita beli dekat Shopee. Bila survey kat kedai, untuk golongan yang macam kita orang ni lah, B40 ni. B40 ni kalau kita nak survey untuk barang-barang kat kedai-kedai perabot, mostly kebanyakannya kedai perabot ni kos dia punya barang tinggi. Jadi bila dah ada platform Shopee, lagipun kita scroll je kita boleh cari. Yang kita boleh buat pilihan yang paling murah, design yang kita minat, lagi senang.
Who don't understand what's B40, it means the income level in Malaysia. So there's T20, M40 and B40. And I like, despite being in B40, right, budget is the main constraint. And she says how Shopee has changed their spending habits in terms of furniture designing. What I really admire here is that spirit. Although budget is not the best, the most, right? There's this passion of making the house hers. So it's like every time when I come back home, at least this is my home. I don't care what you all say. My persistence towards what I like. There's this inspiration or there's this pride, right, in making the home so homey. I think that's very great. You know, I can only imagine if she's doing really well, her family doing really well, right? Wow, her design would be next level. Lagi pink.
Kalau dah minat, saya yelah rumah tinggi kan. Kita ada kat sini, saya buat juga I'm in the garden. Okay.
This is the structure that I was talking about. In terms of legality, is it yes or no? But in terms of norm, yes or no? Yeah, so because it's so common, everybody is doing it. So there's no penalty for people who doing it. Then for people who don't do it, felt like why do it?
So sekarang ni saya just nak share. Saya jenis suka barang yang depan mata. Bekas-bekas macam ni dah lama. Sebelum ni susah nak dapat bekas-bekas pink tau. Jadi saya spray je lah.
She spray all the leads pink way.
Okay, dapur saya kecil je. Tak besar mana pun. Sesuai lah dengan saya pun tak adalah besar mana.
I sense that just now when she just like a slight hint of, oh, my kitchen very small lah actually. But in comparatively to the living space, right, this kitchen is huge. Like the amount of effort, right, if the full marks is 100 points, right, I'll give her 150. Yeah, again, there's a lot of, I'm trying to really isolate out what's practical as she wanted, what is unnecessary. So as a designer, that's the debate. There's this a lot, like in terms of design law or design principles, there's this function that we want to achieve, but owner happy. You see the flower there, you want to angkat things, you keep the hantuk there, can you just move out the flowers? No, I want to see that, I feel happy when I cook. Is it right or is it wrong?
Sebelum ni, tile dekat sini dia macam agak warna dia agak kusam sikit. Jadi bila kita nak tukar dia punya tile, biasalah costing dia tinggi juga kan. Jadi kita buat masa ni, kita pakai wallpaper dulu juga.
That's a wallpaper.
Okay, bar table ni fungsi dia, akak suka suami akak duduk dekat sini tengok akak masak. Itu fungsi dia sebab dia selalu rajin melayan apa akak cakap. Lepas tu dia pun rajin nak bersih.
What a man, what a man.
Dekat IG akak ada bukanlah iklan. Akak sajalah buat reels pasal periuk nasi ni. Okay, ni pun beli kat Shopee. Akak ni rajin tengok Pinterest.
Wow, the kitchen is not small, man. Wow, she's like an ambassador of IKEA and Shopee. And that's how technology allows resourceful people, right, to get what they want. Awesome.
Sinilah untuk baking. Jadi dia
the wirings. Yeah, it's just not safe lah. Sometimes I just think of safety because got 4 boys mah.
Okay, selesai dah bahagian dapur. Jom kita pergi tengok dekat bilik pula lah. Paling penting lagi-lagi dalam rumah flat kos rendah macam saya ni. Kita tak nak bagi dia nampak sempit. Yang ada hiasan dekat dalam bilik saya ni mesti warna pink atau putih. Lepas tu nak cerita apa lagi? Bag.
You see, out of so many things, the watch hang like that. Oh, the wife, the husband one hang. You see, so kesian the watch. Me being a watch guy, oh my god, why?
Yang ada hiasan dekat dalam bilik saya ni mesti warna pink atau putih. Kalau suami saya bagi warna purple ke, warna biru ke apa ke, dia jadi simpanan je lah.
There are a few things that she mentioned just now is a rumah kos rendah. So as a rumah kos rendah, a few characteristics. One, small windows. Because aluminium and glazings are the main cost for houses. Second thing, the tile sizes. So the tiles you can see is very, very small, and there's age to it, so you can see the treatments for the exposed pipings, the exposed wirings. These are the main things that you cannot change in terms of DNA, and it's very costly to change also. So what they are actually doing right now is to add on the existing canvas instead of changing the canvas. There's another different debate to that, because of you keeping this exercise of doing up your house, decorating again and again and again. Can that be a capital to move into a better house? There's no right, no wrong. So for me as a person, of a financial person, right, can they all this be? But it's very happy to see like every day, wow, so happy, I look at this.
Value is her happiness lah.
That's why it's a very cool thing to think about. So like how much more money you are going to spend on existing old house, because the value is reached a ceiling already. Instead of putting your money somewhere else, that it will grow.
Dia sebenarnya asalnya, benda first yang saya buat pink tu dekat coffee bar saya. Coffee bar, dia macam saya beli sikit-sikit, dia sebenarnya nak bagi sedap mata memandang je. Daripada situ je merebak lah ke dapur, daripada dapur, ruang tamu ke bilik, habis semua jadi pink. Dari segi penerimaan diorang semua, diorang sokong. Apa yang saya buat semua diorang sokong. Kebanyakan memang sokong.
Asalkan sedap mata memandang.
Wow, okay, a very long one. I spoke a lot. A few things I really like, right? I think we spoke about the home building part. Like it's this kind of passion towards decorating the house, making the house a home has been lacking, because like even the channel, we talk a lot about money, how the house is an equity, how the house is going to make money, the rental income, how you're going to build wealth, whatever which is inside, until COVID happened. It's very good that they accept, okay, I got 4 boys, I only got 650 square feet. Yeah, what can I do with it? I maximize whatever I can do with it. It works, right? Functionality wise, it works. She's recycled, meaning we use like the fridge, the washing machine, everything. And space function wise, nothing much to comment because it's not that big to begin with. But just now we spoke about the original characteristic of the canvas, which is the architectural treatments. It's very hard to change. You cannot extend, you cannot reduce, you cannot hack. So you can only play with what's given. Again, I'm still stuck with that debate on you continuing spending so much on making the space your home versus actually saving up to change a home. Then some might say that the amount is marginal. It's not going to really help you, but if everything marginal you don't care, then it's going to be a lump sum after all also. I know I sound very harsh, but 12 to 15 year old, like imagine 12, 13, 15, 18. That time only when you want to change, right? It's so difficult already. Or probably they have something else already, right? Again, I adore the DIY principles, but if she has some guidance, how I wish she has some guidance. It's a very interesting episode, so it really showcased that 650 can really do a lot. Sometimes we complain about 2,000 square feet not being enough, 7D being too small, right? Sometimes the things that we complain also don't make sense. Thank you so much for watching, and if you really like this episode, like it, share, and even subscribe for more information like this. Do suggest on the comment section below on what we should look at further. Cool channel, support local, and see you guys on the next one. Ciao!